All right, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy, the Gifted One, Gifted Gamer 204, back at it again. Staying on the grind. Uh, if you're new here and you like what you see in this video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Like the video and share the video. All right. So today, what I'm bringing to you guys here is my review on Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. So right off the bat, uh, I just want to say this game. I had a great time playing this game, while the campaign at least. Um, but I do have to say, this game reminded me a lot of Gears of War. Now, those of you who've played Gears of War, if you haven't played this game, it's almost like the gameplay and the feel of it is almost identical. The only thing is it's a difference. It's Gears is tended more towards the hide and shoot. They make you take cover, like cover shooting, basically, and that's pretty much like the entirety of the game. As to this one here, this is more like indirect, in your face. This is more, I will say, like hardcore, like more gory, more on the offense, I will say, instead of Gears is more on the defensive side. You know how they're making you like just take cover all the time so you won't get hurt and things of that nature. This one is more, they want you to be on the offensive side. You know, once you perform a finisher like on a certain um enemy, your armor will refill back up. So they kind of, that's telling you like they want you to be in combat like at all times. You know what I'm saying? So I do like that about the game over the Gears of War. But in terms of like the gameplay and the way it feels, the way the character moves is is more towards that Gears of War style. Um which was one of the reasons I was very hesitant, um, into buying this game, you know, um, due to the fact that I did play the Gears of War, and as I was watching a lot of gameplay, I did feel like, man, it really looks like Gears of War, and for the price they were asking for, I felt like I was going to hold off on buying the game, until at least they dropped a sale or something. But let me get to the gameplay. Um, the gameplay felt very good. I will give it that. It feels good. The gunplay, you know, I didn't have any lag issues. There was this one moment throughout my entire campaign where the guy, he got stuck, and I kept getting stuck, and there was nothing I can do about it. So I had to turn off the game. And once I came back in the game, the problem was gone, and I just continued on, and it was business as usual. I didn't have any more lags, any more problems. So the entirety of the campaign, it ran good. Um, the guns, I will say, they all pretty much feel the same to me. You know, they have like, let's say they'll have an assault rifle. Then they'll have a heavy assault rifle. They'll have a bolt, sidearm. Then they'll have a heavy bolt sidearm. So even I think there's about like four or five guns. I believe, and not including the sniper, and they pretty much all felt the same to me. Even though some were fully automatic, some were semi-automatic, um, but that was like the only difference with those type of guns. The one gun I did enjoy a lot was the plasma gun. That was like one of the guns that felt different in the game. It's very powerful. When you're shooting that gun, it feels good. Um, Also, another one that they have here is it's like a shotgun. It's meant to be the shotgun. I think it's called the Malta rifle. That gun is really good. Is all in their face, and the damage it does is pretty damaging. It's a lot. It's good. I like it. See, um, the sidearms were good. They're okay. Sidearms were okay, with the exception of the plasma sidearm. So they have a fully like primary weapon for the plasma, and then they also have a secondary, a plasma, sidearm. So I felt like those were the best guns in the game. Um, the melee weapons, the melee weapons, they were good. They were good. They have a sword, they have a power sword, and they have the chainsaw sword. I feel like the three of them did a lot of different things. So I will give them like good points towards that because they do feel different. Even though the sword and the power sword, you will think that they are actually like the same, but they're not. You do different moves with them, so that's why I have to give them the credit for that. Um, and when you're executing enemies, it does feel good. Um, as you can see here, it's just pure chaos. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what they wanted us to do in the game. I like the fact that they're not telling you, oh, take cover, go hide out over here. Like, no, they want you in the game. They want you engaged, and I appreciate that. I like that about the game. Um, the campaign, for me, it was way too short for my liking. At this price point, the amount of money that they're asking for, especially with the Ultra Edition, is like $110. To me, is unacceptable that the campaign was this short. I understand, that they have a lot of other modes like PVE and PvP. Yeah, that's understandable, and it is understandable that they're gonna drop more content when the DLC drops, but that shouldn't take away from the main game, the main campaign. You know, at the beginning, since I did play Gears of War, I I struggled at the beginning because I felt like it was almost like the same game. I had the same type of the feel of the game was just the same as Gears of War. So I struggled a little bit to get like into the game, to actually get into the rhythm of the game because of that. But like towards the middle, I started, it started picking up, the story started picking up the pace, and I started to enjoy the game more. I started to forget that the game was almost, felt the same as Gears of War. So at that point, I started enjoying the game, and little did I know, um, I was almost towards the end of the game. So I did not like that at all because I was just getting the hang of the game, and all of a sudden, the campaign was over. It's too like it's literally you can start. I feel like you can start this game at 9 o'clock in the morning, and by 4 or 5 o'clock you'll be done with the campaign. So that's not even a full day. You know, that's if like let's say you don't have work that day or you don't have school, you can literally take in that day off. You can just beat the game in like 8 hours and you're done. So I didn't like that, and I feel like they shortchanged us there. They should have definitely given us at least 2 more hours of campaign, 2 or 3 more hours, and I would have been fine with that. But this campaign is way too short. You know, they want you to get into the PvE modes and things like that, and I get it, but that's not the main campaign. You need to bring it when you're doing the main campaign. Okay? Um the sound of the game, the sound sounds great. Um I love the sound of the guns. I love when you're shooting the guns. When you're reloading, like it feels good. Um when you're hitting your enemies with the melee weapons, it feels good. It sounds good. Um and let me see what else. I think I'm forgetting something. I spoke about the gameplay. The gunplay was good. The sound was good. Visually, so I am on my PS5, and the visuals are pretty good. You know, they're pretty good. I am aware that they are talking to Sony about giving this game a PS5 Pro and a boost. So I think when the Pro drops, I think this game will be getting a Pro enhanced. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna look amazing once they do that. But it looks good. You know, I don't know if you can see it that good there. It looks perfectly. It's clean. Um, it is 60 frames per second. I didn't have no frame drops. Um, even though if it's 1080p, it still looks good to me. To my eyes, this looks good. But I can't wait until the Pro edition comes out because it's gonna look phenomenal. You know. So visually, yes, it looks good. Um, and other than that, did I enjoy the game? Am I enjoying it? Yes, I'm enjoying it. It's a good time. It's one of those you just want to release some stress. You coming home from work or coming home from school, and you just want to pick up your controller and just release some stress and just let it out and enjoy and have a good time. You don't really have to think. It's not like these open world games that you got to start thinking and thinking of doing strategies. And no, it's none of that. It's straight. The game is straightforward. Aim and shoot. You know, that's pretty much it. Is aim and shoot, and if you want to play with your friends, you can play with your friends. That's pretty much it. So, with that being said, that's why the game is fun, because it's just those type of games. You just wanna shoot. You know what I'm saying? You wanna use the guns that they give you in the game, and with that, I will say they did a good job. So the game is fun. Um, did it get repetitive? Yes, at times it did because they have the same type of enemies throughout the game. So hopefully, with the DLC, they'll give us different types of enemies and different missions and different guns. They have to do a lot more. You know, for the price that they're asking for, they have to give us a lot more, and which is what everybody's expecting, I believe. And I feel like they will deliver because they did say that the development team did say they have a lot of pressure on them now because they didn't expect this game, to do this good. The reception it got, the game got a good reception and they got a lot of fans hype, especially the Warhammer fans. Me, I'm new to this, so I'm just jumping into the game as a newbie, and I feel like in my eyes, I feel like they did a great job. They did a great job, and hopefully, they continue to build on this game. Um, they give us something good to look forward to, and yeah. So I will say my review score. I'm gonna give the game. Uh, I will give it an 8 out of 10. You know, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10, and I feel like it's a pretty good score for this game. It's a pretty good score. They did a great job. Just oh, he got me. Just the fact that you just picked up the control and have a good time, just shoot enemies, um, not have to worry, like think much and worry about like open world and other stuff. The game does its job, and they did a great job at it. So yeah, so my final score will be an 8 out of 10. All right, so that's gonna be my review for Space Marine 2. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Sorry if I if I sounded a little bit off track. It's just because I'm trying to play at the same time as I'm doing the reviews, just so I could show you guys how the game looks, how the game plays, show you that how the frames are not dropping, how good the game looks. So that was my intention while making this video. All right. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video. Hopefully I see you guys back here with my next upload. Yeah. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right. Peace.